Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm your host, Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and right here on OMTimes Radio. And tonight I have a great surprise. I have a wonderful guest, and the topic tonight is how to heal during hard times. I mean, no one can deny that we are passing through a difficult era, and many of us are struggling to stay strong and to rediscover our purpose. But the most challenging times are also the most transformative times. As you know very well, trials, tribulations offer us the opportunity to elevate and to expand. So this is time to heal ourselves on all levels of being, mental, emotional, physical, spiritually. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said that to live is to suffer, to survive is to find meaning in the suffering. And I agree with this up to a certain degree, but except the fact that I believe that to heal is to find meaning in the suffering. So the truth is that many of us don't heal. I see that working with people on a daily basis. You know, we go through hardship and we let our pain linger within ourselves. So we bury pain in our subconscious mind and we think, oh, I've just moved on. But we don't actually take the time, you know, to heal our wounds. We must now move forward, but make sure that moving forward means being healed. So that's why, you know, I have my guest tonight, because healing is a vital force. You can make progress if you're not healed, if you're not whole. And if you are hurt or sick or stuck, you're not the most complete version of yourself because you're not entire. When you are healed, you are complete. You vibrate at a higher frequency. You can achieve your goals with ease and with grace. So the first step to heal is heal your energy. So you already know, and we all know that we are energy beings and energetic beings. So when energy is high, you conquer anything. But when your energy is low, your immune system is low, then you develop illnesses, emotional trauma, mental trauma, you become stuck, you become stagnant. So in order to break through, you need to clear those energetic blockages. So when the energy flows, your body is healthy, your mind is at peace, your spirit is free. And my guest tonight is no one else than Dr. Christopher Macklin, and he is a very renowned and powerful channeling medium, and he's a healer from England, and he utilizes divine healing techniques cultivated, you know, to help people recover from all type of illnesses. Now, I know that he's born in Chester, England, and he was able to perceive as an early age, as a child, to perceive the energy field. He was able, you know, to heal many people, to help them rebalance their body's energy field by working with the chakra points, cleansing the meridian of body's meridian energy, removing negative energy. So today, Christopher helps so many thousands of people all over the globe, and he provides a range of healing services, you know, that it can be guiding you and helping you mentally, emotionally, teaching you, the divine alignment, the divine plan. And he actually did something extraordinary with his wife, Amanda. They founded the Global Entertainment Project to serve an awakening humanity and to support the healing needs of people all over the earth. And I found this absolutely extraordinary. In fact, I want you to know that Christopher offers a free group healing session, which is actually open to everybody. So you are all welcome to participate and experience his work. And this is a 1 hour comprehensive healing session, and it takes place on Monday at 9 a.m. Central, Thursday 5 p.m. Central, Saturday 11 a.m. Central Time. And I'm going to invite Chris to the show, and I'm going to introduce him to all of you listening. I know there's so many of you online. There's so many of you already calling. Just hold on the line. I'll be connecting you with Chris and myself, so we will take your questions. So, Chris, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for being my guest tonight.
Yay, thanks, Carmen, for having me on. It's such a pleasure. Thank you for so much. Beautiful words you had. I love what you said. Beautiful.
Okay,
beautiful
fabulous.
Words.
Chris, so for our listeners, tell us how they can, to begin with, I'm going to tell you how they can access these healing sessions that you so gracefully offer to everybody. So, first of all, they need to know this healing session, they do exist. I already told them that they take place on Monday, 9 a.m. Central Time, Thursday, 5 p.m. Central, Saturday, 11 a.m. Central. How can they access those sessions?
Well, the best idea is if you want to be on the live Zoom call, just go to the Global Enlightenment Project, and you'll see where it says healing. You'll see the 3 times a week. We have asked for donations. If you don't have any money, please never shame yourself. It's there for people. It's not about the money. It's really important, especially this time. We're trying to heal as many people as possible. We normally have each healing session over a period of time, because we put it on YouTube as well.
Right.
We have something like 2,000 people participate in that. So, it's great because, you can keep going. And like you said before, it's all about raising your vibration. And to raise your vibration, you've got to release emotion. You've got to work on various things to get your vibration right high. So, when you get in divine alignment, what I call, in quotes, divine alignment, or heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it, you leap out of bed in the morning going, oh, my God, I feel incredible. And when you feel incredible, your inner strength, you're ready to take on the world and do stuff. But it takes a little bit of work to get there, And,
so explain us a little bit. And by the way, I have a lot of people on hold, so I'm going to let them know. Rosie, Coy, Kim from Florida, you guys hold on the line. You'll be with Dr. Christopher in a minute, but I want you to I want to get this explanation. How do you get in this alignment? How people can be aligned with the divine energy?
What we got to do first is see why you're depressed. I mean, I work with a lot with psychotherapists, psychologists, and a lot of issues are caused by entity attachment. So when your vibration's low, there's entities around you that are in a different dimension. They can attach to you. Of course, when they attach to you, they sit in the abdomen, Anunnaki draconians, they hang on the shoulders, so your shoulders are tight, abdomen gets bloated, it gets paralyzed. They tap in the back, send you negative thoughts like, oh, you're useless, you're pathetic. You get all these thoughts coming in. It's like a rush of thoughts. You think, and they're actually not your thoughts. They're third-party thoughts, but people take them on and, oh, I'm no good. And then you get very depressed and your self-worth drops, and that's when people get really depressed and they get issues with the intestines, they get issues with the adrenals because of emotion. They get issues with the thyroid, part of the endocrine system.
So you're kind of saying that when people feel down and, their emotions become very negative, is it because they have a problem with their emotional system, or is it because there's an entity there? What is exactly?
It's kind of both. I think, they get down, and of course, you ingest an emotion like, oh, gosh, I'm short of money, or I can't make it, or I can't, and therefore because your vibration drops, the entity's attached because they love negative energy.
So in other words, when your vibration drops, then you become vulnerable, and you can be attacked energetically by different entities. Am I getting it correctly?
That's correct. And they're in a different dimension. Their energy fields here, but of course they do damage the body because they make you feel worse, And so they feed off negative energy. So it's important to release those attachments, remove them. We have
How do you do that? How do you release those attachments?
Basically, what I do is put people in portals and escort them out of the body. So we escort them out of the body, send them back to God with unconditional love and forgiveness. Once they're out, it's really important between healing sessions because if your vibration's precarious, they can reattach. So it's very important to say, in quotes, a prayer, which is a map of intent to keep the things out, put a sphere of ultimate dimension on conditional love around you so they don't come back in. Whilst you raise your vibration, once your vibration gets beyond them, they can't attach to you because your energy feels too high, and that's
in other words, what you recommend for everybody listening is you guys make sure don't allow negative thoughts, emotions. Keep your emotions unchecked. Keep your emotion in balance, so they don't lower your field of energy, so that you don't get attacked. And let's say you are attacked, that you have to tell us some techniques to raise the frequency level up to a point in which you cannot be attacked anymore. And how can we do that? Raising that vibration energy on a daily basis. So we live in harmony, we live in a state of acceptance, of gratitude, content, and all those positive emotions are flourishing within ourselves. So then our state of health is better, our immune system is better, we're not getting attacked, we're not blocking ourselves. But how do we raise that energy?
I think what you need to do is do your spiritual practices. You can join, the facilitation of the healing sessions we have. We have meditations which strip out 9. What it does is, within the heart chakra, people don't realize you ingest thousands and thousands of layers of emotion. And some of them are very small, and some of them are huge, like divorce, huge, and,
Exactly.
If your dad says something small like, get out of my sight, okay, that's not a big deal. But so what the Melchizedek beings do is they go within those onion layers and they say, okay, what's your biggest emotion affecting you right now? They strip that out. They actually pull that out. And then the next one. And this is a fast-track method of being able to release emotion so you can get back to raising your vibration. But like you said, gratitude is one of the keys. And I correlate gratitude with surrender. Surrender to me is like, we live in a world right now, like it's really messed up. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And so, in my opinion, what you need to do is take a step back from it. It's not your deal. What you need to do is get back into a space where people hold the space for you. They're not sucking your energy. You feel comfortable. And look for things that you really enjoy, because life's changed. You can't go out to a restaurant that easy. So make some food at home. Look at things you enjoy, like sitting under a tree, reading a book or going in nature. Look for things that really excite you, because that's so important, I think.
Right. So
and also, another thing as well is I find people are lost. Starseed people are lost because they don't know what their gift is. They're going to work, they're earning a paycheck, you get home, the paycheck dissolves because you're paying your mortgage, you're paying your loans off, you're paying whatever you're paying, taxes. And, you get on this hamster wheel cycle. If you take a step back and look, okay, every divine being has got a gift. There's a gift somewhere. And what you need to do is look at it and find out what it is. And to me, a gift is natural. It just comes. You don't have to, like, for example, playing the piano. If it's a gift, you just go and play it because you know how to do it. It's a gift. For me, I'd have to spend years trying to learn how to play piano. And I think if you find your divine gift, once you do it, there's so much passion in it because you enjoy it so much. It gives you that inspiration of let's get out there and give it to the world, yay, and off you go. And that gives people inspiration. People need a purpose, and there is a divine purpose for everybody. It's just you've got to search it and find out what it is. And like I say, a gift, you don't even have to. Yes, you have to meditate on it. You have to get downloads. But you don't have to go to a classroom and learn it. It's just there. It's a gift, So I think that's so important for people because then it gives them a purpose. Oh, That's why I'm on this planet. Because my gift is painting or whatever, and, they get a passion with it.
Right. I would love to take a call if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's bring Rosie in. Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Hi, Rosie. I'm having a great guest tonight, and I would love to see if he can help you with something. And of course, I'm here for you. So, Christopher Macklin is my guest, and you heard him speaking. And he's a healer, and he's also medium, so he's a great intuitive. So feel free to ask him whatever questions you would ask me, let's say. Yeah.
Hi, Rosie.
Okay. So, hello. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, actually. How are you, bless you?
Oh, good. So, Christopher, I have been unemployed for 1 year. I have been trying to find a job. It's been extremely difficult. I either get I either don't hear from the person who I interviewed with, or there's a lot of applicants. So that's what I've been experiencing. I do send thank you letters after all of my interviews, so I am thankful. So I am, expressing gratitude. I'm just having a really hard time. And today, for the first day, anxiety really set in, and I haven't really felt this way for a long time because I just don't know what I can do. And I have been networking with new people to try to see if I can, put myself in new connections with new people to see if I can get a job. So this is what I'm going through right now, and it's been extremely challenging for me.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is what happens is you get into a cycle where, you can't get a job, and then you start kind of almost like shaming yourself. I couldn't get a job. I don't know why. And your vibration drops. You get into anxiety. Your chemical balance goes off, like the GABA serotonin. And so you almost like start to get PTSD. I think what you need to do is take a little step back. Again, my advice is we have a brain series, meditations. Now, what they do is they release the 9 biggest releases that is affecting you right now, and it also works on the neurochemical balance. So it's psychic surgery working on the glands that produce all the serotonin, GABA, so it rebalances itself. But I do think, the more, it sounds crazy with manifestation, the more desperate you feel, the more you manifest in the negative. So you've got to take a step back and say, okay, this is a blessing. Right, how do I get out of this? And it's time to maybe take a step back for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Focus on getting your vibration up, and then, you'll start attracting these things in. Everything will change. I've been,
So you think she's not attracting? She's not attracting the job? She's not bringing it in? She's not manifesting it?
That's right, because the focus is on I can't get a job, and so... it's like with God. They're just about to give you a contract. I can't get a job, so they rip it up. It's the same with money, I need to pay that bill. I'm just about to pay it, and I can't pay it. Oh, well, we were just about to give you a check, but it gets ripped up. The universe is so specific. So my advice, if you want to, is maybe go on a few of these maybe generic healing sessions. It will really help you. I wrote a book about the manifesting an abundant life. But, again, sometimes it's this COVID thing has given people the opportunity to take a step back and start thinking about what your gift. Do you know what your gift is, Rosie?
I don't know. I can't even think straight right now. I just can't.
Let me tell you.
Getting a job right now is my priority. I don't want to think about my gifts.
Well, let me tell you, I was in the same boat. And I tried to get a job. I even went for as a bar manager, couldn't get it. I went tried cleaning, couldn't get it. And I've got degrees and masters, couldn't get a job. Eventually I sat back, okay, God, this is not funny. Why can't I get a job? You're not supposed to. What do you mean I'm not supposed to? You're not supposed to. So it's strange, and it's a little bit different, but I stayed on unemployment for 4 years, meditating, understanding my gift. And sometimes it's a signal to go on a different path. But if you do want a job, if you can't think straight, and my advice is take a few weeks back, take a step back. Don't put pressure on yourself. Allow yourself to heal. If you want to get on these things, we have one on Thursday. I think it will really help you. Once you get rid of that emotion and rebalance the anxiety a little bit, I think you'll be a lot better because your vibration will be higher.
I've been off for 1 year. I've done a lot of thinking. I've done a lot of soul searching. Okay? I've realized what I want and what I don't want. So trust me, I am of very sound mind.
No, I realize that, but I'm just saying about the vibration. I'm not shaming you anyway. I'm just trying to explain about the vibration because I've been there. I was very sound mind, but couldn't get a job because it's very difficult once you get into that cycle to know, I'm going to get the job because I'm probably not going to get this one. It is difficult. I know you have sound mind, and I understand that, but raising your vibrations is the best thing you'll ever do. Because I've been there. I've been in your shoes, and I got the T-shirt. So people think, it's fine you talking here and saying things, but I've been there. I actually got the T-shirt. I was semi-homeless, for 4 years or 3 years, living out of a car because I couldn't afford hardly food. But, I manifested out of it, and that's why I really understand where you are, and I feel for you, bless your heart. It's very difficult. So,
Rosie, you will get a job. I know that for sure.
I know, but Carmen, I've been calling for a year. I've been calling you for a year, and nothing's happening. And I know it's not me. I know it's the situation that I'm in because we're in a pandemic. Okay, this is in uncharted waters.
Right.
But how much more can I sit here and take?
Well, I think what you need to do is you've got to take a step back from that and.
Okay.
It sounds
you
crazy.
keep saying that. You keep saying that, and I've been off for 1 year. So I've been taking a step back for 1 year.
Right.
Okay. So what have you been doing in the year? Just applying for jobs?
No, not applying for jobs. Figuring out what is it that I want and what I don't want. Because I know what I did wrong, and I cannot make that mistake again.
No. Absolutely.
But did you apply, Rosie? I don't remember for anything lately. Was there any?
I had an interview last week. I get an email from the recruiter this evening. The guy is going to interview one more person. It seems like it's between me and somebody else.
But you will get it,
Carmen.
You will get it. You say, don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Don't boycott your own chest. Don't put the negativity before. You will get it. That's what you have to say.
I'm not. It's because Carmen, people see, this is what has happened in the past. You get a job right away. You don't wait days.
This is not normal
Or you don't
times.
hear from people. That's the best part, Carmen. It's so unprofessional.
Rosie,
okay?
50 millions of people are out of job. 50 million
I've been out of work
no
for a year.
50 millions are in your shoes. 50 millions have no food on the... This is not one person, 100 per 50 million. Yeah. These are the statistics, so it's catastrophic. What's happening in the world, and you are affected, and this may or may not have to do with anything else other than the tragedy that's happening in the world right now. Because, I think majority of the businesses are collapsing. And you know something, Rosie? I personally see this world going into a lot of economic collapse in 2021. I wish I could see something better, but I cannot. In my mind, you know what I mean? Something I said for many years is about to happen now. Because this world is losing control of how should I say, economic. We can't keep economy in place anymore. No matter what these leaders are trying to promising us, it's not happening. We need to redefine this entire system. And there has to be a way for people to get help. I don't want to sound pessimistic or dramatic, but this is what's really happening.
Rosie, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So do you receive unemployment?
I do, but that's going to eventually run out, and then I don't know what to do because I don't know where to go.
Okay, but
I'm a single girl. I don't have anybody to fall back on. So
no, I know that. So, but at least I would look at the blessing at the moment, and it might not feel like a blessing, but you've got food on the table. Have you got a roof over your head?
Right.
Yeah, if you look from that perspective, you have to be grateful that you didn't get the COVID. You have to be grateful that, Look at all the people dying in hospitals left and right. So it depends how you look. It depends how you look at the situation. How much do you want to be grateful for? But I think there is a way to redefine your purpose. See, okay, is this really the only job that I want? Is there something else I learned to do? Is there something else I can do independently? Is there something else I can do to generate income and adjust to a world that is changing, a changing world that is changing dramatically overnight? How can I adjust? You know, people, we are all collectively forced to adjust to the world that's changing so rapidly. And it's almost we're losing control over it. And I don't think the people in position of power, I don't think they have answers for themselves either. I hope they know what they're doing, but I don't think they do. Okay. To help the world move in the right direction. We're at the crossroads. We really are collectively, globally, humanity is at the crossroads right now. Okay. We need to figure it out a way to break through. I personally see you with a job. You might think whatever you want to think, but I am positive about this.
When do you see me with the job?
In February.
Oh God,
and it might take a full year for you to wait till you're going to get it. It might take like a full... When did you actually lost your job? When did that happen?
I lost my job in January of 2020.
That's what I'm saying. A full year. Going back after 12 months back to the job. Sometimes things happen in full circle, you know. You turn around and you go back to January, exactly when it all happened, and that's exactly when the will turns around in your favor. And which personal year are you in? Which is the month and the day of your birth, not the year? The month.
January. January
what?
16th.
16th. So 16, that's 7 plus 1, that's an 8, plus 5, yeah. You move into the year 4, which is a karmic year of money. That's when money comes back to you. You're in the year 3 when you had no chances of generating income. So if you use the Pythagorean concept of time, then you got another answer that yes, only after your birthday. And it coincides with the loss of the job, and it will coincide with getting back your job. So that's what's happening here. You see, so that time-wise, makes perfect sense what happened to you. You are put on hold a year that was not helping you, not helping the world, but not helping you personally. You shift to the karmic year 4, that is the money energy, and right around your birthday, when you lost your job, is right around in the next birthday when you get your new job.
Mm. But I think something you should also focus on as well, Rosie, is, I mean, I've been unemployed, and I was in a situation where I didn't have food for length of time, like 20-odd days, 21 days at one time. And that's why it makes me feel grateful just to have food, and don't worry about, if you really focus on now, you know, you might think, oh, this guy's a wacko.
Gratitude, Christopher, you're right. Gratitude helps us break through the blockages, you know.
You know, I would sit with yourself, do some meditation, and think, okay, what do I have? You know, look at what you do have and not what you don't have. Because it's really important, because when you shift that energy, it'll start flooding in. And you might say, oh, well, this guy's a wacko. You know what? I've been there without food even, without a house, living out of a car, and I manifested it. But it took me a while to learn this gratitude thing and surrender. God's got my back. I'm okay. Right, let's do it. So I'm grateful. Thank you, God, for all the food and the stuff I've got. And then as soon as you actually shift that energy, it becomes, you become a receiver.
It makes sense what he says. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense that when you go through a hard time, you don't lower your field of vibration, because then you get attacked energetically, then your immune system goes down, then you can become sick, then your neurotransmitters go out of whack, and then you develop a severe depression or a mental disorder. But if you keep yourself strong by appreciating the things that you have, you know, not that you don't, as much as having a job is survival, you know, if you can get to that point of frequency, then you're not going to get attacked. The none of that stuff, and then you can turn the wheel the other way around. But my understanding what's happening to you is very clear. If I am supposed to employ different methods, one of them being the concept of numerology, it makes sense that you couldn't make it for an entire year. Yeah, and the time will tell, and I feel like me and you are going to talk again about this.
Okay.
I'm going to talk again about this, exactly what's going to happen. But I thank you, Rosie, for being part of my show. I love you, Rosie.
Okay.
Thanks, Rosie. Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to go to Coy in New York, then to Kim in Florida. So you guys hold on the line. Thank you for listening.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
These are the sounds of a dinner that almost didn't happen. A dinner now served, thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Hello, everybody. I'm Carmen Harra, back on OMTime Radio. My guest tonight is Dr. Christopher Macklin, and he is a very powerful medium healer from England who knows how to use these divine healing techniques to help you, raise the vibrational energy and help you get better and get back on power. So I'm going to go to Coy in New York. Hi, my lovely, and welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. Good, Dr. Harra and Dr. Macklin. Thank you so much for your generosity. Hi, Dr. Harra. I have a question for you,
sure.
and then I have a question for Dr. Macklin, if that's all right.
Perfect.
All right.
Absolutely.
And thank you. Also, I want to tell you, Carmen, I enjoyed your dancing in your garden.
Because that's so healing, that's what I'm teaching. You want to heal, you want to raise your vibration, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter what's happening in the world, doesn't matter how, demoralized you might be when you see facts and reality and science telling you how bad everything is. Put a smile on your face, you know what I mean? And start to move around, you know what I mean, and tell yourself life is beautiful. So empower yourself. That's why, I love to dance. And I sing. That's my song, actually. That's my song. The one that you heard is actually, I wrote that song. So I'm still writing songs, and I'm still doing a lot of things other than doing my writing, my shows, my teaching, my books. So I always diversify and always find pleasure in everything that I do. Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yeah. And you dance very well, I might add. And for Dr. Macklin, while I was listening to Dr. Harra speak about you, and you spoke and you talked about the Global Enlightenment Project, while I was listening to the show, I went on your website. I checked it out. I signed up for some of the healing through January, for the month of January, because I feel like that vibration is what I need to be in going into the new year. And I already started raising my vibration, like dancing, like Carmen Harra, Dr. Carmen Harra was talking about. Even though I have a walking brace on, that's okay. I was still dancing.
That's okay. It's still okay. It's perfect. Yes.
And I wanted to tell you there is something that I like that you wrote on Instagram. Beautiful picture. It looks like a woman on a mountain, and it looks like a ribbon out into the light, and it says, "There is nobility in compassion, a beauty in empathy, and a grace in forgiveness." I love it.
Oh, bless you. That's wonderful.
So I wanted to tell you that I was studying, I was listening, and I wanted to, honor both of you by letting you know that I had, I went and, I did a little bit of homework.
Oh, bless you,
I like
Corey.
to do research. I love to do research.
It's wonderful.
So,
I love doing this, and I think, it's all about inspiration. You've got to inspire people. My whole purpose here on this planet is to just help people and facilitate them to get back to their sovereign selves. You don't need gurus anymore. The day of the guru is over. No. It's all about a facilitator to get you back to this, heaven on earth.
Correct.
Divine alignment where you're excited about life, and we're going to do it, because I've been without food, I've been without a car, I've been without a house, I've been without everything, and I think that really teaches you, do you know what? Stuff doesn't matter. It's just stuff. What matters is people. What matters is, what's within you, and I really teach people. I get so excited, I have a new protocol, and it strips out, HIV, AIDS, Agent Orange, Lyme, Morgellons out of the body and resets the DNA in 20 days. And I had a lady who had cancer, and she had Lyme disease, all this sort of thing, and she was so excited. Last Friday, my cancer tumor's gone. Yay! And I thought, wonderful. How wonderful is that? That's what gives me excitement. It's not money, it's not anything else. It's just like people getting joy within them, That's what keeps you going.
So your next Enlightening Heart Sharing Circle is on Friday 11, 3 p.m. Central. Am I right?
No, it's Thursday.
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 Oh, okay. I want to tell you, your wife, Amanda, is such a beautiful soul. I've been looking at the website and everything, and I think you're doing such a beautiful, beautiful job. But I think what I was referring is to holiday season special offerings. Am I right? Is that what's going on January 11th?
Yeah, we've got. We are going to also have a very special thing for Christmas, which is the Wednesday before Christmas. We're going to do a huge healing under a tree, and with the whole. So we do a lot. We also have things like Amanda and I do sacred space sharing, where we ask for donation. We get everyone on a Zoom meeting, and we talk about what's going on in the world, because the Global Enlightenment Project, it's a huge project. If you have a look at it. It's a $100 billion project. It's 20,000 acres. It'll be one of the biggest spiritual things that's ever happened on this planet. The reason why we're doing that... Of course,
I bet. Like that kind of a money, of course, it has to be
huge,
a huge project, yes.
And the supporters and the banker guys doing all the money are just about there. So, and it's actually, believe it or not, it's going to be bringing off-planet pyramids here, 3 of them.
Right.
So it's going to get real interesting. That's why I think, that's going to really help the vibration of the planet, because at the moment it's a mess.
Right.
What I encourage everyone, don't think about... We're not politicians, so don't worry about the politics. Let them all get on with it.
Forget about them for a moment.
Forget about that.
We had enough of politicians in this lifetime.
Don't politics. Get back to yourself and get excited about life. And, God, if you believe in God, I define God as prime creator. God, goddess, prime creator.
Absolutely. But I'm going to ask Coy, do you have any questions for
yes, please.
Christopher? Yeah.
Yes.
What are your questions? Yes.
Dr. Macklin, I have been sick, I would say 5 years in a row. But the past 2 years, it's been very bad. And in July of this year, all the way through to October, I was right here in the bed sick. And it's all of my digestive system. I had to have emergency surgery where my gallbladder was taken, and I have not been the same since. And I've had surgeries prior to this, not to do with the digestion, and I went in with positive, and I came back out positive. I just knew everything was going to be all right. It was something about my gallbladder being taken, and I know I'm using that phrase, being taken, like it was taken away from me without my consent. But apparently it was diseased, and it was it had gotten diseased in, the other organs.
But is there a diagnosis? What's the diagnosis of this? What are they diagnosing you with? What is the disease called? What are they?
I don't know. They just said my gallbladder was diseased and they needed to take it out, and that it caused other for my other organs to get cysts on them. On top of it was complex cyst on top of cyst. And
so there was a cyst there was a cyst inside the gallbladder. There was a cyst inside. It was a
cyst on. Yeah, it was a cyst on my gallbladder, kidneys, spleen, all of those organs, and apparently it got into my bile ducts, so they had to remove it, but they put 5 holes in my stomach, so I had those those scars, but I'm okay with it. I have scars. I have other scars. But I'm asking, and I kept asking for help. I asked heaven for help. Why am I going through this so much? And I know that being Virgo, that we rule the digestive area, and that when we get upset, or I'm very sensitive. I feel like I'm very empathic, and I could feel other people, even though I'm in my own room. And I could feel other energy, you know what I'm saying, of other people that I don't even know. So I'm asking.
I'm looking at your digestive.
Why this happened? Yes.
Let me tell you what it is, Corey. You've ingested a lot of emotion. The emotion's bleeding into the lower intestine. Paralyzed it. But moreover, the cysts are being created by pathogenic infection. Looks like you've got Epstein-Barr. So what happens is it mutates the cells, turn into cysts or tumors. It doesn't really matter. It turns into cysts or tumors. So I would really, we have an energy called space-time continuum energy. What that does is it does two things. It breaks down, I call it tachyon energy for short, but it's actually space-time continuum energy. When you apply it to the body, it breaks down the molecular structure of pathogens, like Epstein-Barr, stealth pathogens like, HIV, AIDS, Agent Orange, whatever, breaks it down the body. So if you go on some of these sessions after a while, once it's broken down, we then can tachyonize the intestine, and it'll also break down the cysts as well on the kidneys and everything else, because I see there's a lot of congestion down there. Yeah. So that's what's causing it, pathogenic infection. It's like cancer, for example. I'm just giving you an example. Primary cause of cancer, emotion. So secondary cause, pathogenic infection mutate the cells. Whether it's in the breast or the brain, it's viral infection mutate the cells, turn into tumors. So, when the doctor says, and again, I'm not a doctor, in terms of an MD, goes to the doctor. But this is from what I see. What happens is that it mutates cells, turn tumors. So the tumor in your body is kind of saying, hey, your body's off balance. Better do something about it. If you don't pay attention to it, it'll pay attention to you. But frying it or poisoning it doesn't, it's just getting rid of the symptom. The cause is still there. That's why when people get chemoradiation, you know, they say, "Oh, you're in remission because you're going to get it back because the primary, secondary cause there." So what we can do is on the generic groups, if you want to join them, we can do 27 release of emotion, release the emotion, and they'll tachyonize the intestines, so it'll kill off and the kidneys and the liver. It'll kill off and break down the cysts, and that's what they're caused by. It's the same with polyps. They're the same. Goiter.
Yes.
It's all tumors caused by pathogenic infection. So that'll really help, bless your heart. It'll just take a little bit of time to kill that off and get rid of the pathogenic infection. You'll feel amazing. You'll be leaping out of bed in the morning going, "Yay, I'm ready, to take on the world."
Yay, I'm ready.
Bless your heart.
Thank you so
I also
much,
think that you
Doctor.
need to take a lot of anti-inflammatory natural products. Probably I told you about them. Did I mention them before to you?
No, Dr. Harra.
I want you to take bromelain, turmeric with curcumin, bromelain, turmeric with curcumin in combination. Because I feel, and I also want you to do the celery juice in the morning. Do all the juices. Do pineapple juice because it has already bromelain. Because inside you, because of probably an infection, something that caused this, the combination of things that created, cells to respond to something that can be an infection, that can be, an emotion overload. Those combinations are very bad.
Yes.
So, but every disease, the root of every disease is an inflammatory process. So cancer comes from an inflammatory process. Rheumatoid arthritis comes from an inflammatory process. Heart disease comes from an inflammatory. Every blood pressure, believe it or not, has an inflammatory root of the problem because the veins, you know what I mean, because of too much salt or God knows what. So that's when the pressure on the vessels. So if you reduce inflammation, that's key to being healthy for a very long time. And taking carbon 60, which works on the extremities of the cell, the telomeres, prolonging your life in an incredible way, and restoring the body to homeostasis, to a state of balance. You want to restore your body to balance because the body got out of balance. And because it got out of balance, this infection spread everywhere, at every level, at every cell, in every organ. Now, if we restore the balance, doing all these things that I'm telling you, the juicing, the anti-inflammatory, the natural anti-inflammatory products, and the carbon 60 that prolong the life of the cells working on the telomeres, then you will live many, many years in good health, and this will never come to you back again. This will never happen, and you will feel phenomenal. So carbon 60. Send me a text, and I will put all of them in writing. Send me a text at Carmen Harra. Well, text me on my phone number that you can find everywhere on Facebook, on the social media. And I will help you with this. I will help you get all the natural stuff so this goes fully away. Because I think it's on the way out. I think you're on the way of recovery. You're on the way of recovery. And the recovery is going to be spectacular if you go on all these natural products. And if you eat a big juice in the morning, buy a juicer. Those are $40 at Amazon. And do especially celery juice and bromelain and apple juice pineapple juice with apple. You can also put an apple in. And combine these juices in the morning on an empty stomach. And you're going to look younger than ever and better than ever. And you'll be able to move, to feel, to breathe differently because the cells come back to homeostasis. So the body is going to heal. So I want you to do that.
Thank you. You're my new best friend.
And I want that to stay that way. I want this to stay that way. And I love you, my sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling me. And I'm going to go to Kim in Florida. Hi, Kim. How are you, my love?
Good, Carmen. How are you? I won't take up too much of your time. I know you've been busy tonight.
No. Please. We're here for you. So I'm here with Christopher, and we want to help you. What can we do for you tonight?
Hi, Kim.
Hi. So I just have two quick questions. Okay, so I'm a nanny, and I've been in a job for 2 years now. But mom's a doctor, and the dad now works from home because of COVID. The little girl is now 2, and they also have a 1-year-old. But they spoil her like you have no idea, and it's very sad. They do not ever tell her no, and they're ruining her. I work very hard to give her everything that she needs to grow and mature and to move forward in life, and I just feel like my authority's been taken away because mom is home quite a bit now, and dad's always home, and so like I'll make breakfast, and then she'll say, "Daddy, I want this," and he'll excuse exactly what I made all the time, every day. It makes me feel like not even making a meal anymore. But regardless, it's my job, and I try to turn the cheek, but I just feel like I'm just like they don't. If the little girl doesn't want to nap, it's okay. Meanwhile, then I'm dealt with I have to deal with a very, very cranky 2-year-old, and kids nap till 5 years old. It's so I just wanted to know, like I there's a lot of pros to this job, but I'm starting to really feel that there's a lot of cons now, and I'm not happy. Like, I take walks
you're not
every day.
You're not doing your job anymore over there. You're not yourself. You know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not respected. I'm literally not respected, and it's very upsetting to me.
I think what you should do is make a list of things, and I would sit down with them in a very genteel way, in a kind way, but just say, look, guys, everything's changed, and what's happened is that, I was trying to encourage your daughter to eat more healthy and do this and that, but what's happening is, just put it in a very gentle way, but I'd have a meeting with them without the daughter there, and, ask them, could they have a meeting in this time, because I think if they're intelligent people, oh, yeah, you're right, because, even with the father, so, sometimes I make a dinner, breakfast, and it's very healthy and things, and then you give her a jammy donut or something, and I would sit down with them, because most intelligent people, sometimes they get lost in their own work, and it sounds to me they're completely lost in their own work and not really focused on the girls, so sometimes...
We've had, I've not to interrupt, but I've had a lot of conversations just about napping. It's not about me having a break. This is literally about your child needs to sleep for her brain to grow in so many ways. And they're so important. And I'm shocked that they wouldn't Google this. And it just, cake is for lunch. Cake is for dinner. It's literally today I said to him, I said, she's having cereal, and he whips out chips, and he's like, oh, you want chips? I'm like, Larry, I just gave her her cereal. Like this isn't okay anymore. Like, it's just very upsetting to me. And the mom just decorates the house to her liking as an adult. Meanwhile, she wants me to tell the 1-year-old all day long, no. But meanwhile, she can't even tell her 2-year-old, you want Tylenol? She wants Tylenol because it's the color red. Her mother gives her the Tylenol. Like, it's bad. And so you can't tell your kid, no, this is medicine. You can't just have medicine for no reason. Meanwhile, you want me to sit there and make my day negative. And I told her, I would prefer to I'd rather teach your kid, sing songs, play with her, than why can't I just remove the runner off the table that she's literally eating and pulling the beads off of, which is unsafe and she can choke. She goes, just tell her no. And then the same thing with the gate. She's starting to climb up the stairs because she's 1, and she constantly keeps forgetting. So I'm going to turn my back for a second, and it's going to be on me that the mom keeps forgetting. She'll leave knives on the edge of the counter. It's just a lot of stressful stuff, and I'm sorry, she doesn't know how to parent. She's a doctor, and
most of
these
people do. Doctor or not, who cares?
It's very sad.
Yeah.
I mean,
parents. It's very sad, but I just want to know: do you see me leaving this job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your authority is taken away. You don't have an authority. You can't do your job there. It's like it looks like you don't even have a job there anymore. They're abusing you. I feel that you are abused in that environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they pay me. She's a doctor. They pay me very well, and just because everybody's home, they want me to live in their negative world. I can't live like that. I've been a teacher for 30 years. I'm now a nanny. I know what it is, what is expected of a 3-year-old to walk in a classroom. And it's like a smorgasbord every day. Oh, you want this, 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 and that. I'm not going to sit in the kitchen for 10 hours just because she's telling me what she wants. So basically...
Well, you need boundaries, you know.
I don't want to leave, boundaries. But, I mean, and my livelihood is childcare. Do you see me leaving childcare?
No.
I don't see you leaving childcare. Unfortunately, I'm coming to the end of the show, my love, Kim. But I think a lot of changes are going to come. I would love to continue this conversation. If you want to call me next week, I'd love to give you my intake. Unfortunately, the show is coming to an end. But I think I have a lot to tell you.
Really, when I might leave the job?
Not yet. Only by the spring. Not yet. But I have suggestion. Yeah, I have suggestion to you. There's any way you can call next week. Can you do that for me?
I can.
Okay.